Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another episode of the Lukewarm Cinema Podcast. My name is Austin. Today I'm joined with
George. Chris.
guys.
I forgot to mute us.
Oh,
that's
no!
hilarious. That's funny. Keep going.
Guys, it's been one goddamn year.
Let's
It's been a bit of a minute.
LCP. LCP. LCP.
Suck my d- Oh, okay.
1 year. Go into it.
1 year. So this started when I shit on the. No, I'm just kidding. It all started. Actually, this started a few years ago with Christian and I with our first podcast we had. We stopped doing it because I had stuff come up that I couldn't do it anymore. I saw George was starting up a podcast of his own, and I was like, Christian, we should do a podcast again. Christian was like, bro, I'm down for anything.
Anything, anytime. Especially podcast.
Especially podcasts. So I hit up George. I was like, George, I see you got your podcast, dude. How would you like to join ours? And we could just do one where we talk about movies and just big chill, dude.
If it wasn't for me doing my podcast, would you have reached out?
I don't think so. I think because like at the time I thought you were just so busy. Like I didn't think you were in that.
I'm glad that you thought I was busy. Far from it, but I
well, now you
appreciate
are.
it. But yeah, Austin, you mind turning me up just a notch?
I can absolutely.
I might have gotten a little too excited when I was doing the starting line. Okay, no, that's better. I did a starting lineup video. You guys will see it in the fucking Instagram soon. I promise you, it's great. But anyways, 1 year, you contacted me. You said, let's get this rolling. And right off the jump, I was bought in because content's content, right? The more content that you people put out, the better chances you have of actually like perfecting your craft and making something of yourself. And we're a year in. And fuck, not only like the evolution of the studio, I think that's one thing, but I think the growth of us as like creators has definitely like stepped up a notch. I'm definitely a way better creator like right now than I was a year ago. Do you guys feel the same?
Yes.
For sure. Like we could create things now.
Don't be a fucking noob about it. Can you guys talk about how
I
you guys
literally-
talk about your growth? Be braggadocious.
Go ahead, Christian.
So I used to be, this is embarrassing, only 4 flaccid, okay? And then I bought these pills off the internet. Well, yeah. So, Austin was running the show on our first podcast. And it was, we stopped doing that. And then we were doing this podcast. Okay. And like we were on Giga mode. Austin was still running it. But then like Austin and I started our YouTube project together. The Truly Bizarre. We're still shooting out there, okay?
Absolutely.
Look it up if you want to learn about fucking Bigfoot. Even if you're a skeptic, like that shit's still like
we have
chill.
a lot of skeptics coming out now.
Oh yeah?
We've gotten a lot of comments. They're like, bro, look at the muscle form. It's obviously a person in a suit. I'm like, hey, bro, thanks for the view.
Well, like I like to think we're fairly neutral. Like we're like here's the facts, dude. Tell us what you think of the facts. But this isn't about the Truly Bizarre. I'm just saying that when we started
That's part of the growth.
I started learning like, okay.
Because you guys started kicking it more. If you guys hadn't been, well, I mean, you guys are probably kicking it before then, but
yeah,
we were like
Busted.
hardcore busting out shit. And then you guys really like started that, I'm glad you touched on it. We haven't talked about it in a minute.
Yeah.
But it's good.
And I learned like I had only like done like one like semi video project before that. But then like we started doing that and I'm like, okay, now I know how to edit things. I know how to record things. I could even like do audio. Like I know how to like make audio sound good. So now I'm becoming more competent for the Lukewarm boys. And B, I'm thinking of these creative ideas I have in my head, like YouTube projects. And I'm now like, hey bro, I could think of an idea and then I could do it now.
Right.
So creatively, I was 4 flaccid. Maybe I'm like 14 flaccid.
Holy
Oh my
shit.
God.
Buy those pills, brother.
100%,
Buy those pills.
100% fucking growth rate.
They call me tripod.
Well, if we're talking about growth, I mean, I'm literally like moments away from just being full-time like business owner around this stuff.
Yes.
So
yes.
I would say my creativity is definitely increased. Now I'm trusted to make creative cuts for other people's content.
And I think the thing that is the most impressive with all of us, besides just like being willing to see each other once a week, sometimes even twice a week, is just regardless, right? You do a year of something, you're going to get better, and not only get better, but you're going to find what you want to improve on, which I feel like that's what I wanted for myself. The biggest improvement for me, I'm gonna be honest with you guys, consistency. Like, I, for a fact, would not have been consistent in podcasting had I not picked up the LCP. It's one of my favorite things to do week in and week out. And that's what you got to do. For you people starting a podcast out there, right? You're not going to be in love immediately. I promise you're not going to be in love immediately. But if you fucking stick through it, I will say,
you might get the honeymoon phase for the first few episodes, and then you realize,
yes,
oh, there's work involved in it.
Perfect, right? Because people get in it with, like, we weren't super tight at the time, but I get what you're saying, because people will get in it and have that honeymoon phase. If you're going through the honeymoon phase, ride that out, go through some shit, then the relationship you build after the shit is truly amazing. I mean,
yeah, get 20 plus episodes in, you'll start to realize, oh, okay, there's a groove we have to get into. You know, we got to plan stuff, we got to make sure that we do stuff, and then from there, you could really make a conscious decision to be like, okay, are we going to keep doing this, or am I just going to keep, not doing this?
Absolutely. Absolutely. So maybe if we want to touch on maybe like a high and a low so that people can like
each of us
resonate with it, because we can generalize it and say get through the shit, but what actually is the shit? I can start on like,
okay.
So one high that I have is my ability to not have to worry when I go on vacation. So like that's a huge thing. It's like once I told these guys I was going on my engagement trip, which was last summer, which was right at the beginning, they still came out with an episode. Then I go on a couple other vacations, and Chris and Austin would consistently put forth the effort to meet once a week and put out an episode regardless if I'm on it or not. And that's fucking huge, because so many people would be like, we don't have that other person, let's just take the week off. But no, like we actually put our nose to the grindstone and we did that. That was the good thing. Some of the bad things, you have to have some real fucking conversations with your boys, right? And it can't be sugarcoat bullshit just to please everybody.
I hate you. No,
I mean, we all secretly despise each other underneath, but we'll never show it to each other.
We're just in this for the money, the $3 we make a year.
Absolutely. But you are going to have real conversations as far as like the way the show is going, some ways that you can improve, what you'd like to see changed. Those are all things that you have to go through if you're going to make it to where we've made it. All right. And that's my high and my low. You guys want to take over what you guys was?
Chris?
Yeah.
So first of all, fuck you.
So first of all,
George is a douche. Can't believe he said he hated me.
George told some people in confidence that Chris spreads rumors about him. And the thing is, I do, but how did he find it?
What are you, as a fucking snake?
So I think for my place in the Lukewarm Cinema podcast, I think before I was letting like Austin, and then you were doing like most of like the stuff involved, right. And I was just kind of showing up. But now I feel like I've learned to do some stuff. Like I'm making clips. I'm out here.
You run the social media,
doing the Instagram, trying to trick people into viewing our deranged content.
We're up 6 subs in the last month, which is like
big cock,
huge 14-inch flaccid.
Yeah, a big elephant fucking trunk. Okay,
just it got an elbow in it.
So that's like the come up and shit, and I'm learning to do more stuff. Like I'm getting better at editing and all that Mick jazz. The low is the low. Well, that's the good. You have to have a good and a bad.
Yes.
I think the bad is when oh, I wouldn't do like clips for the week, right? I want to get them out. You know what I mean? And it'd be I fuck it off, or it's slow going. But like today, I sat down and I fucking pumped out 7 fine ass nuggets. Okay. So the times when I didn't feel like I was doing enough for the podcast, that was the low. And then now when I'm trying to be a baller, that's the high.
Boom. I fucking like that. And you've been crushing it, bro. Keep it up. Keep it up.
Thanks,
love.
brother.
I ain't got no lows because I'm great. No, I'm just kidding.
I have no flaws.
So
Let us
I
begin.
have more like specific highs and lows that I'm gonna go into. I'm gonna start with the lows so we can end on the highs.
Gotcha.
Hell yeah, brother.
So the lows were I hella overestimated and oversold myself when I was like, oh, we're gonna do the 12 days of Podmas. We didn't do fucking 12 days of Podmas because
Yeah.
I fucking slacked off. That's why I fucked it up.
Look, and to be fair, like I have the syndrome of like you'll have an idea, and I'll be like, oh, I'll be a little bit like I don't know, and I won't give you pushback. But I think now I'm more willing to give you pushback.
Christian will go, Austin, shut the fuck up. Ain't nobody care.
And I was fine. Like we would have been busted our asses if we would have done 12 days of fucking pod.
Yeah, I
So-
mean, we could actually do it this year. We would have to do it starting earlier.
That was right around what, episode 15? So that's like breaking point, right? We could have fucking folded after that.
I can tell you what episode that was. That
That's
was
because I was early on, even though it was December. I mean, that was still like 6 months of recording.
episode 20.
Episode...
That was technically episode 24.
Okay.
So
Wow. No, but so like that's one of those big projects we could have went.
see, that is the breaking point because I'm looking at it, and the first legit episode back was Joey. So much like shit changed for me, shit changed for the show. Our production value went up from that show on.
Yes. Agreed.
Like, so that's my low. Is I was like, I could do it, and then I was like,
And for the high?
so for the high, another particular one would be the three of us being. We can be professional when it comes down to it, but we can also be funny as fuck.
Yes.
I always worry because I'm fucking anxious like that. But when we did the interview with John Bazzo, you guys just showed up and were fucking rock stars on it.
Business.
Hella business
Business trip.
professional. It was a business trip. It was a rough episode to get through. The guy was but the thing was, so like John was great. He was great to talk to, but he answered like all of the questions I had within the first question.
Right.
And I was like, oh shit, what do I we just kept letting him talk. We were like, you know what, John, just keep going. But the audio quality, I think that's the longest I've spent on a Lukewarm episode, was that fucking episode to try to fix all of that. I still don't think even with my clients, and I have clients who are very particular on what they want, and it's great because it's like you have a vision, I need to deliver on that. But I still don't think I've spent as much time on their episodes as I did that John Bazzo one. And
That
it
was
ended
a
up
crazy one.
decent.
Yes.
So that's the high for me, is like we showed up, and I was afraid Christian was gonna like make some fucking like fart joke or something in the middle of it. But no, Christian was like, "How do you do, sir? My name is Christian."
Yeah,
Jesus Christ.
yeah.
That's hilarious. But no, bro, I think that's I like how you pointed out the specifics because
Yeah.
dude, that John Basso's one was also a very early on one.
And that was crazy because I was
Real
not
testy one.
expecting it. I literally, so for background for people who don't know, his business had like a press site because they had just opened. I fill out everything saying, hey, we're a local podcast that talks about movies. We want to talk about your cinema that just opened, your drive-in movie theater. Homeboy calls me 10 minutes later. And I was like, oh shit, hello? He's like, hi, this is John Bass. I was like, why the fuck you calling me already?
I was,
This was
not
at
prepared for this
10
conversation.
a.m. on a Wednesday morning.
That's funny.
And he called me, and I think he had COVID. I'm not even going to lie, because he was sick as shit when I talked to him.
Yeah, when you're that busy, I mean, I think you're just in a constant state of being sick.
Yeah, and he was just like, sorry, I don't feel good. But yeah, it sounds great. I have a room and everything. I was like, because originally we were going to bring him here. And then I was like, maybe we.
That was before we had the production value.
That was before we had this.
Oh yeah, we don't
Or-
want to look shitty.
Or the ability to go to like Sticky Paws or something.
Right.
Like
right.
that. Just bring him in here. Here's your microwave. It comes complimentary with every.
You can cook a tostada while we're recording the podcast. No issue with that.
But yeah, so it was just weird because he was just instantly just like, yeah, I would. I mean, but I get it though. Like, as somebody who's starting a business, you have to hustle.
Hmm?
And you have to get the word out. So I understand why he was quick to be like, yeah, let's do it. And I was like,
Art of the deal.
art of the
That's I think that's another little lesson. Like, don't be afraid to reach out to people in that same space because
And
you
you've
get
heard
a
it from
call
other.
back in 10 minutes.
You've heard it from other professionals on our show. Franny's talked about it. Dobby's talked about it. Joey's talked about it. I'm talking about it. Like,
reach out to people.
reach. The worst they can. Well, I mean, the worst they can do now is post screenshots, but
Yeah, I mean that's not even that bad. But
depends if you're real thirsty or not.
To 1 year, boys. I've been wanting to do this. I'm going to pop this bottle of champagne for us. I'm going to aim it towards this way. Hopefully it goes well, but
I
to
would
1
say
year.
aim it that way so you don't bust your fucking window.
That's going to stop the curtains. I have curtains, Austin.
George, I'm afraid you're going to.
Woo!
Hey-oh, I should have done a little bit more on camera, but.
Oh. He's a fizzy boy.
The fuck just happened? All right, here you go. Taste it. That's actually pretty good. Take a swig. Pretty good.
It is party time.
It went straight up my fucking nose.
Ooh.
Really not that bad,
That's
bro.
that's really good.
We'll keep that passing.
Moscato.
We'll keep that passing around.
Eventually, we're like, you know, I freaking.
What you think? For a little 1 year juice?
Why? I mean,
It's
I
tasty.
got my Jameson.
Go ahead. Pass that.
Juicy, delicious.
Pass that back around. Dope
Yummy.
skis.
Dope skis.
But all right, boys.
We earned it. We earned that swig.
What shall we transition into? That was like our 1 year little powwow.
I don't really need to talk about my week, but I feel like there's some people who listen who might maybe want an update on the whole Einstein situation. I don't know if Christian has new Einstein.
Of course, it's always a new situation.
I feel like that's a segment on
Einstein's-
its own now. Just Einstein shenanigans.
Yeah, and I think it's important because everybody has these like funny day-to-day stories that keep them, keep them alive through the week. Like you're not just going through the motions. Like, there's a crackhead today. Like, so that's why I like sharing. Okay, here's the Einstein's Brothers Bagels update. The first thing that happened is, we're a restaurant. Our dining room has been
You are?
closed. I am a restaurant. Come to my toilet. You will have my cuisine when it's ready. So Einstein's is a restaurant, but our dining room has been closed because of COVID, right? But it just opened back. The governor here just opened everything back up, or at least said, "Hey, you're open to be open again."
Attaboy, Sisolak.
Yeah, but corporate had not let us open our dining room yet. I don't know what the exact reason was. There's a few things it could have been that I have theories about, but we just opened this weekend our dining room. But before that, we had somebody every day who was just super pissed off that they couldn't eat inside the store.
Unfortunate.
There's this big group that came in and they had this big. They all ordered together. There's a dozen of them. It was a 45-minute ordeal. Them all ordering on one order, us making the fucking gang of food, and then them figuring out what their sandwiches are because they couldn't just individually order. But that's besides the point. Okay. Then one of them starts eating, and my boss Dave says, "Oh, you can't eat in here. We aren't open." And the guy goes, "Why?" And
Without missing a beat.
my boss, okay, he gets very overwhelmed. He's an old man. He gets overwhelmed when there's a lot of people in the store and there's a lot of shit moving. And this complicated, stupid, big-ass order had him kind of heated. So when the guy went, "Why?"
Big fucking mistake. Big mistake.
He just kind of went he said it almost snappily, okay? My boss was like, "Corporate says it's a rule. We can't let people eat in the store right now." So the guy got mad and, he called him. He's like, "Fuck you," or something like that. It was just a little teeny moment.
Right.
And they left. And then just the other day, some guy, he sat down and all our fucking tables had these big ass paper signs on them saying, "The dining room is not open. You cannot eat here right now." And we tell everybody. This guy sits down. He tries to sit down and eat. So my boss just says, "Oh, you can't dine in here today. Sorry, buddy." So this guy gets up without a beat and says, "I just went to your bathrooms and they were filthy."
That sounds like one of your Yelp reviews in person.
Yeah.
It's come back to haunt you.
It's karma, baby. Whoops. So, and I thought to myself, and these are just two recent stories, right? I thought to myself, dude, because they can't eat in the store, they're treating us like the fucking Taliban.
Oh my god.
We're just these un-American shitheads who will open up and let them sit down and eat their bagels.
That is Nevada right now, though, if I'm being honest with you. For all our out-of-state listeners, which I think Nate's out-of-state, right?
Nate's out of state.
Does he live in Cali?
No, he lives in Arizona. We have one of my clients lives in New York. I know he's listening.
Oh, sweet.
Well,
deal.
I mean, I just
We
wanted
got
to give
the
a quick
Magic
rundown.
Our Way boys. They're in Louisiana.
It's kind of BS that you guys haven't opened that up. Me personally, I'd be a little heated too, because everything in Nevada went from like it was like a legitimate switch, right? It was like fucking everything's closed, everything's on, and then not when everything turned on. That is fucking casinos are bumping full capacity, clubs are popping full capacity, stadiums are popping full capacity, and guess what, fellas? No fucking masks. And for some people, right, who are fucking going in and want a bagel and sit down and fucking I get where they're coming from. But that's an Einstein's corporate thing. I'm really
I have theories. It was like one, they're going through like a weird corporate restructure, I think, because like apparently Einstein's is like like all these bagel brands across the country, like Noah's Bagels and Caribou Coffee.
Noah's Bagels?
Yeah, it's like in I think New York or California.
oh shit, John might know.
It's stupid history bullshit they make you go through in the onboarding that you like really don't have to know to sell fucking bagels. But like apparently like like we have to get like new merchandise because like we're like calling so we're not using Caribou Coffee brand stuff anymore,
Gotcha.
or at least like not the dine-in ware. And I think maybe the switch like I thought maybe we didn't have the dine-in ware yet to open it up. I have theories, but the thing is corporate said no, so that's all we tell them. It's like corporate says we cannot open for dine-in. So then what do? It's the food service workers are shitheads and we're gonna shit on them thing. Well, I'm gonna be mad at you today, bitch. Like that's what it is exactly.
My, how the turntables.
So
I did have a gripe before I left on vacation that is similar. Because like, but it was at a dispensary, and it was like on the day that I'm leaving, and I was mad because I went to my eyeglasses store, and all I wanted to do was buy a box of contacts. But hey, guess what? You need a prescription within a year, and the last prescription I got was like in 2019 or whatever. So I couldn't get my contacts for the trip. So I was like, fucking sucks, because I need my contacts. Second thing, I go to the dispensary, I order shit. And then I go get money out of the ATM. And as I'm coming back to pay for my stuff, the fucking dude's taking somebody else. I'm like, hey, bud, I was at the ATM for 45 fucking seconds and you just took another customer. But this is like the third time this place has done it. So I was fuming from the contacts already. So Chris, I fucking laid into that fucking dispenser work. I was like, you guys have done this to me too many times and it makes no sense. Why would you take somebody if I'm walking away for 45 seconds and now I have to sit down for 3 minutes while fucking Leticia fucking orders a pre-roll, and then she has to go use the fucking ATM. Then you have to bring up my shit again. I get where you're coming from, and I never lash out, but that anger that you had was the same exact anger that I showed to them. So it needs to happen occasionally for everybody. I look at everything a little bit differently now that I think that we live in a video game. I think it's just like everybody needs to release a little bit of rage occasionally.
Yeah, we all live in GTA 5 and we're not the main character.
Everybody needs to just release it.
Okay,
and
George.
they needed to release their anger. I needed to release my anger.
We all just need that sweet release.
Oh, absolutely.
So I'm gonna give you some shit, George, and I'm gonna give you my perspective.
Okay.
So at Einstein's, there will always be like an old lady or somebody who's like, I've never been here. Like they're next in line. They're like, I need to look. And so they'll stand in front of the fucking bagel case. So we have to we kind of have to take the next person. Okay.
Yeah, I get you.
So if you're not ready to go, we got to take the next person.
So yeah, and the same thing. Like I didn't have cash, so they were like, if you're gonna go to the fucking ATM, bring on the next one.
Yeah, so
we don't speak poor.
All I could say about it is like
I feel it.
I understand their choice.
I get you.
I want to say real quick, I appreciate you sharing your Einstein's shenanigans with us.
Oh yeah, it's still haunted.
It gives us definitely a little insight. I'm glad I got my first gripe off to you because now I'm sure you've already perfected your bagel case pay system fucking thing perfection.
When I run Einstein's, I will correct
with
it.
a fucking iron fist.
I have another question for you.
Yes.
Is there any update to Yelp?
Oh, Yelp. I've been kind of off of it. I could see the last review I put in though. You guys want to hear it?
Yes, if you have it.
While you pull that up, can I talk about Jamaica?
I have. Okay, well, I do have one more story though. So
Jamaica?
how about while I pull it up, I'll tell my other little story.
Boom. Go ahead.
So okay,
Multitask.
everybody has like those little like social like I don't mean anything wrong by this, but like socially inept moments, let's say. And the joke is like, oh, when the waiter gives you your food and they say enjoy, and you say you too, like on accident. It's one of those. So this guy, and he was younger. He might have been like maybe my age. And I'm like, I'm 23. He might have been that or a little younger than me, maybe. And me and my other coworker give him his food, like as we just like made it together. And we're like, okay, have a nice day, or a little nice, have a nice day. And like, that's what we do to everybody. And he says, enjoy.
Oh no!
Like, thank you. Just take a bite out of his bagel.
Next time you should.
And like, I felt bad for him, so I didn't give him shit. Like, I didn't like react negatively. I didn't say, oh, yeah, I will enjoy. Like, I didn't do that because I felt him. I'm like, okay.
What if instead of
we
like
all had that?
What if instead of like making fun of, you just like got very violent and angry? You start like
You want
punching the
me?
fucking counter.
You want me to enjoy? You want me to enjoy this fucking bagel right now?
I just imagine Chris. What the fuck you mean? Like,
No,
hops over the
not
counter.
me. No, you should like reverse, like you should be like, no, you enjoy. No, I hope you enjoy this bagel so fucking much. I made this bagel with so much enjoyment. Found it?
No, I'm trying to
Yeah,
figure out.
Chris has like got a fucking Rolodex of fucking Yelp reviews. He's just like, oh,
No,
which
I
one's
forgot
good?
how to-
Rolodex.
Mm.
I forgot how to bring in my old reviews.
Yelp has got you by the balls.
Because I was off it for a moment. Like, it was funny, then I was off it, but then I'm like, hey. Like, I sat down on a break and wrote a shitty review.
Christian goes,
Oh
"Let
my
me get
God.
back on my degenerate shit."
Yeah, exactly.
I was meaning to ask you, Austin. I might as well just take time now. Vault Tech, what is that?
It's the company that makes the vaults in Fallout, the video games.
Really
Yeah, I got this at like a GameStop, and I was like, "Yo,
sick.
yeah, it's cool." I have so much Fallout stuff.
I was
Not
like,
even funny.
like, where the fuck did you get that hat? I figured like thrift shop, maybe like
That'd be
Garage
fucking-
sale.
That'd be scary as shit if Vault Tech was real.
what? So can you go into Vault Tech? Like, what the fuck is a Vault Tech?
They make Vault Tech is the company,
Okay.
and they made vaults, like survival vaults, because the story premise is basically like the Red Scare.
Got you.
So like, we're gonna get nuked, but it's by the Chinese instead, and then the Chinese really do nuke us. That's
And
how the whole
Vault
game is.
Tech is then like
They have it's very complex. They have a bunch of different vaults, but the vaults were made to be like social experiments.
got it.
So like Fallout 4, you're cryogenically frozen. Fallout 76, you're supposed to so I think it's like 20 years or 30. You're supposed to go back out and re-inhabit.
But now Vault Tech is just splattered and everything.
Yeah, like nobody lived unless you were in a vault, or like very few people.
For show.
Did you find it?
Yes.
All right.
Softball time. Throwing it. Boom.
Catch it with my tentacle because I'm a fucking mutant. Oh, I passed the past the champagne.
Oh, he
Yes.
needs this for
I
what
didn't
he's
get-
about to say.
Get a
was pretty good,
swig.
That shit was pretty good. Go ahead.
Ah.
You're welcome for that, listeners.
Oh, you're gonna burp.
Okay. All right, boys. So this was one day ago. I'm pretty sure I was sitting down on a break and I'm like, oh, I'm bored. On my lunch. Time to like ruin somebody's career. Just kidding. It's not that bad.
I named him by name
So
and social security number.
the place is called Nacho Daddy.
I'm familiar. I've been.
Yep.
Oh, no fucking way. Well, maybe you could tell me if any of this sounds real. Joe
Okay.
Cringe.
Okay.
Ahem. 3-star. My dad.
My
I'm
dad.
sorry. I'm remembering what I wrote, and it's so retarded. Excuse me. My dad has been in prison for the better part of my childhood, so I'm a little lacking in the male parental figure category. Nacho Daddy not only served scrumptious nachos, but provided a stern, if not slightly unfeeling, fatherly presence. Exactly like I imagined it. The reason for the 3 stars is because, like usual, the Nacho Daddy has yet to call my mother back. Come on, dude. I saw you go with my mom into the bathroom. At least let her down, if nothing else.
And Yelp, have they sent you anything about this one?
This was only 1 day ago. I have a feeling they're going to send...
Oh, especially after we talk about it.
What if you just get an email and it's like from you, but it just says nice?
Bro, legitimately, like, wow. Because the thing that's the funniest, it kind of hits home. It kind of hits home for you.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I was about to say, like, how much of that are you actually pulling?
Okay, yeah. For those who don't know, my dad was in prison. Okay, so it's funny. So maybe that part wasn't a lie.
Oh, hey, and if the fact, because now if Yelp sends you anything back, you could be like, wow, can't even share what I truly feel. BS, Yelp. I'm gonna go take my fucking business to Google reviews or
My
something.
golden reviews elsewhere. The community is upheld
You just go
by
to
my
Google?
reviews.
That is so good.
I should hit Google reviews too. That'd be funny as well.
Yes, do both. Okay. I want to just give you guys like a quick synopsis of Tropical Paradise.
Oh, yes. My week was, I was just busy. So
That's you said it at the beginning.
Yeah,
You're
so-
like, I don't want to talk about my week. And
there's really nothing different. It's just, I'm working, I'm hustling, I'm sleeping.
I don't think you're sleeping too
Yeah,
much
I like
now.
that.
Alone at home. I'm
I
just
just cry myself to
treat
sleep.
myself to
You know what I
some-
treat myself to? I got
candles and
chocolate overload
lotion.
cake and mini churros from Jack in the Box.
That is treating yourself.
Oh, I love their fucking mini churros. They're so damn good.
Sometimes,
Jack
like,
in the Box.
my favorite thing to do is, like, when you eat something sloppy like that, like, I like to eat it in bed, laying down so that crumbs fall on my chest. And then I eat the crumbs off my chest. Is that too hossy? Or is that, like...
That's just kind of like gross.
You... What?
I don't know.
I always find crumbs in my beard, so, like, eating
Oh, well,
crumbs
you're
is,
used
like,
to it now.
regular for
You're
me.
just on
There's
the degenerate
nothing
train.
better. There's nothing better than, like, if you have a beard or a mustache, right, and you, like, drink a shake or something, and then you're like the corner, right, this piece of my beard right here will get like matted together by shaky goodness, and then I'll be like, whoa, my fucking beard's matted, and then I'll go, I get second drink.
This is the fucking
I get
lukewarm
second shake.
the lukewarm manscaping podcast.
Shout out to everyone who has beards and is listening. You know what the fuck I'm talking about. But into my little trip, because like I said earlier on in the highs and lows, I went on vacation. You two fucking produced 2 fucking episodes while I was gone, which is
They're
For
both
one.
out right
Yes,
now.
yes,
So after
yes.
this, go. Well, for everybody watching on YouTube right now, they're out. I mean, for everybody who's listening to this, yeah, they're already out. They probably already have listened to it.
yes, but yeah, but you are right. You are right, because we just put them up. Okay, so while I was on my little hiatus, we went to Jamaica for my brother's graduation gift. Phenomenal gift. We only get to have these kind of trips because my mom is a fucking... I don't know how else to put it. She fucking grinds, bro, and she does a very hard job. She gets a lot of job positions filled at the company she works at. So she's like a recruiter, but like for a specific company. And so she makes baller money. We're able to fucking go on lavish vacations like this. Shout out to you, Mom. You fucking kick ass, dude. And I want to
Fuck
eventually...
yeah! Shout out to George's mom. She
Yes.
sounds like a baller.
She is. So we got to spend 7 days in absolutely luxurious Mobe, Jamaica, man. And some of the crazy things that happened. One, I saved my father's fucking life, guys. So as we are pulling off on the runway, about to fly to Miami, because then we flew from Miami to Jamaica, my father was eating sun chips. For those of you who don't know my father, he doesn't have the best dental hygiene. He doesn't have any back teeth. So when he eats things, he eats them with his front teeth. He can get like big pieces stuck. Pieces get stuck in his throat. We're taxiing on the fucking runway. And my father starts eating sun chips. And he started like laughing. And then the laughing turned into like choking. And then the choking turned out to I will reenact my father here. My father was in
Just
his fucking air. Yeah, no, not slumped. Motherfucker couldn't breathe. Like it was like 0 to 100 because I was like, oh my god, like this is really happening. Now, fun fact for you guys: my father, he's on life 7. So like I've seen this happen before, so I wasn't like too panicked. I pulled him out of his seat. I gave him like I got behind him enough to like Heimlich him, but I didn't do shit. What I realized afterwards is he was still wearing his seatbelt. So when I yanked him forward, it kind of fucking did everything that I needed it to do. So like my Heimlich was really nothing. It was just the seatbelt just riding into him as I was trying to yank him out. So my dad almost died. He eventually coughs up like probably like 5-10 seconds later, catches his breath and everything. And we fucking we took off 30 seconds after all this. So like we were literally moments away from just taking off and my dad has this fucking choking attack. We get past that. We get in Jamaica. We're fucking big chilling, relaxing. There was drinks, guys, and partying every night from like 9 p.m. to midnight, right? And open bar. These fucking toddlers, right? They were all flying from all around the country, right? There was people from South Carolina.
What, toddlers?
Kentucky. I call them toddlers. They were 18 years old. First time they get to drink.
Oh, and they just go fucking
they're
crazy.
away from mommy and daddy.
See your brother.
So they were getting kind of fucking wild, right? And
Why do you sound like the Heath Ledger Joker?
they were kind of crazy. They're a little wild. It's like, you know, his fucking mouth was always dry. But my brother, one of these nights, got so fucking plastered that the following day he decided to race a Jamaican. He was that drunk from the night before. It kind of carried on over to give my brother the confidence to race a Jamaican. I'm not like...
And your brother's about to be a D1?
He's about to be a D1.
But he's also not like a running back or something. Like he's not like...
Confidence was high is what I'm getting to.
Right. He's like, I just graduated. My parents are taking me to Jamaica. I'm drinking.
Confidence was a little too high. Never race a Jamaican, guys. I mean, like, do you want to feel bad about yourself? Okay, the best people in the world at running race Jamaicans and they lose.
Usain Bolt is from Jamaica. World's fastest man.
My brother's not going to beat a
I
Jamaican
didn't know that he
race.
was Jamaican, really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Any...
I speak in the Deutsch from Germany.
Bro, yeah. Fast, yeah, man. Super fast. So that was a highlight. Saving my dad's life. Junior doing that. And then the third one, let's see here. I played golf on an amazing course out there, and I shot a 44. We only played 9 holes. I shot a 44, which in golf terms, I fucking murdered it once again. So, like, the streak, even when I go out of the country, my golf game it's picking up right where I want it.
It's consistent. You're not just good at one course. You're getting good at the game.
The weed out there, the fucking drinks. I was feeling myself. I had a little Jamaican caddy who smoked all my weed. Yeah, so like the caddy got on my cart and was like, "Yeah, man, you smoke weed, man." I was like, "Yeah, man," and he was like, "Yeah, man," and I was like, "Yeah, man," and he was like, "Ganja, brother," and he fucking smoked everything
It was
that
probably
we had.
just fine too.
Oh no, his eyes looked orange.
My God.
He was so fucking stoned. His eyes looked orange. They
Nacho Dorito eyes.
fucking flipped from red to orange. I've never seen it happen. I think by taking this edible, I might get there, but I don't know.
Time will tell.
Time will tell.
I'm stalling you. I've made up like 8 stories just to like see you get there in time before the show's over.
Oh no. Okay. Well, that was pretty much. I mean, I can go in every little nook and cranny of it, but those are like 3 funny highlights from the trip, and yeah.
Nate wants to know if your dad finished the sun chip bag.
No, we fucking threw those sun chips away, Nate. Oh my God. You know the problem was, okay, and I didn't put this detail in there because I mean there was really no need. Earlier on in the trip, he put his sun chips in like the little if you've ever been on an airplane, like the seat behind you has like that little fold out thing, and it fucking closes super hard. So he put his chips in there, which I was like, "Pops, your fucking sun chips are turning into dust."
Thanos' chips?
Yeah, bro, legitimately, like his fucking chips were just like his sun chips were all crumbs at the bottom, and that's what caused it. Funny enough. And then so afterwards, we threw the sun chip bag away. I didn't finish. I didn't even want
It
to finish.
sounds like you guys are taking care of a toddler.
My dad?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Like the Rose Bowl story, this story.
yeah, Fernando, I think in his head he thinks he's 85. You're 58, Pops. We still got to take care of ourselves.
He might be dyslexic. Leave him alone.
We'll see. He thinks he's 85. But anyways, enough about Jamaica. Enough about all that. Should we talk about a little bit of Borat?
Yeah, we looking at the title of this episode, we watched the extended the Snyder cut, the Sacha Baron Cohen cut, but it was just like add-ons from subsequent movie film. So it was like more in depth, and so even some stuff we missed, like golfing. Tried to learn how to golf, and the dude was like, "Get the fuck out of here."
That was so in that scene, the golf instructor hits a golf ball. Borat goes and chases after it.
He goes Usain Bolt after it, and then he comes back and goes, "Do I get the point?"
So that was a clever one because like anybody sucks at golf, or any just random Joe Schmo that picks up a club sucks. But the fact that Borat was like, let me just test the waters with these Joe Schmoes.
What if Sacha Baron Cohen himself is actually like super good at golf and he plays like regularly? I don't know. He's super liberal. He might not.
Liberals play golf.
But they also have that like we need to get rid of golf courses because they use so much landscaping and water.
Oh my God, you're right.
That was the question. I'm like, there's a political thing to fucking golf now. I didn't know it.
Yeah, because it's always like, it's a bunch of white people that
I think because everything in from that Borat 2, right? Subsequent movie film. I hate calling it that.
Subsequent movie film.
Like it's cool like saying it once, but then like when you're trying to bring it up multiple times, you're just like Borat 2.
We'll just say B2.
B2. And B2 is all about Trump and the things that he likes to do. And what the fuck does Trump like to do more than golf? So he made sure he hit that. I think that was the political tie, 100%.
But they also they showed extended parts of like the phone scene where he goes and buys the phone and tries to search for cream pies for dinner and spit roasts. And then he's like, "What is this? Oh, this is a vacuum." He goes, "Oh," and then he like sucks his own like beard, like his beard like wig off.
My question to you guys is: he had the full beard the whole time, right? So like that was like towards the end, you'd say,
or they probably just have doubles.
But it was the same it was the same guy from the cell phone store. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. That's
like
probably
they probably filmed the main part of that, and they put the main part that they filmed first in the movie.
Yeah, the hitter, like the real hitter.
Because when he pulled off his beard, I was just like, oh my God. Did he not have any chin hair like during the fucking movie? No, I forgot.
Yeah, because he was all disguised out in B2, like
super disguised out.
Oh, and I really liked that we got another fake American name. He said Cliff Safari. Right, and when he had that disguise, he introduced himself as Billy Chevrolet.
Yes,
Billy Chevrolet.
Love the fake names in B2. That one was one of the good ones.
I like how, so like the whole thing is like he's trying to pass off his daughter, and they're like, "Why she hasn't showered since she's been born?" No, her husband's supposed to sniff her out anywhere.
That was a classic one. Yeah, I think the thing that makes Sacha Baron Cohen so good and just compared to everybody else, obviously the improvisation, because in these scenes everything's tossed at this man and he doesn't bat an eye. And I don't think there's been a single time in which I've seen it where I'm like, that doesn't make sense, or you could have done that better. Everything that he does, I'm just like, I wouldn't know how else to play that. That was the perfect situation.
And Christian and I were talking about that because he goes into like a beauty salon store, and there's an individual who is, I don't know, I'm gonna assume gay.
Yeah,
and you'd assume you're being very facetious.
It's like that's like not political, but like he had like the accent, he had this hair,
he was all done up.
He was
Yeah.
gay.
Yeah. So, anyways, though, and he like they're talking about like how because he goes, can you put the makeup on my daughter so man will come and overpower her and drag her to his house?
Yeah.
And the person's like, we don't do that here in America. And so I think Sacha Baron Cohen goes, I know what to do. So like when they're walking, he snaps and makes his daughter like crawl on all fours next to him.
God.
But then the daughter, like they're looking at cosmetics, and she goes, "Look, Dad, a monkey cock," and it's lipstick, and she just bites the tip off of it real fast. And he's like, "Oh no, that's not to eat." She's like, "Ugh." And then Borat tries to eat it.
And you know what was great is we saw her eating the lipstick in the movie B2. Oh, and you guys should pass me some more of that drink, by the
Boom.
way. And the thing that we didn't see was after them eating the lipstick, then they pick up a bottle of perfume and start drinking that.
Yes.
And this guy, the gay guy, he's a little timid. The guy who was like running the store, so he's very like, he's like I'm not gonna stop them. Like, dude, they're on their own fucking energy. But like they're drinking perfume, so he finally takes it from Tudor, his daughter, Borat's daughter, finally, which is super funny.
Since we're on perfume, I like how they showed more of that hair cutting scene, and he fucking maces himself with like the hair. He's like like right in his eye, and the guy goes, "Yeah, that's probably not good for you." That dude's the best sport ever.
I'm very glad to the thing that gets me, right? And cuz all that content is great, why not put that in the movie? What is
As an
it?
editor, so as somebody who edits, wedding, like I mostly do wedding stuff now. There's just some stuff where you're just like, yeah, this is good, but I have a time frame to keep. I have budgets I have to keep, so I'm going to not include it.
Okay.
Stuff like that. They probably were just like, this doesn't hit as well as the other stuff. Like that stuff was funny, but like the movie it kind of flowed too. They might have just been like, all right, can't spend too long on this scene. We got to keep it.
Mm-hmm.
I think I have my version of why.
Okay.
Okay, so the pyramids, they were obviously built by aliens. First preface. I saw it on the History Channel, and they can't make stuff up on that channel, I think.
That's true.
But actually, so Borat 2 is a very plot-heavy movie. So I feel like with these movies, they say, like, okay, this has to be a movie of a certain length. Why? Because of, like, statistics and, like, the test markets. Like, a movie of this length is going to do well and do what we want it to do. So they have to fit all the plot stuff, which this was like B2 was much more plot heavy than B, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So there's that. And B, so like this was 24 minutes, right? Okay, well, the test markets or whatever did not say the length of B2 plus, half an hour would have been what they thought was a good consumable size. So I figure that's why they chopped it off. But if you notice, movies like this always release the extra footage. Remember when Jackass 2 came out?
They have like a 0.5, right?
Yeah, Jackass 2.5. Funny ass shit had me rolling. What was it called? Bad Grandpa with Johnny Knoxville.
See,
1.5.
those extended versions are always a little bit longer than like they're. That's why
it's because they're not releasing it to theater. They're just like, hey, we release this on DVD.
You always got to find them like a Netflix or like we had a bootleg DVD of Jackass.
See, I have the actual DVD of Grandpa 1.5.
Oh shit, no way.
Yeah, it's something like we just like it's like my
Yeah.
dad would be at the store. Oh shit, look, they have Bad Grandpa 1.5, and my mom's like, what the fuck? We still haven't watched it. It's still wrapped.
One of the things that I had mentioned, and I wish it kind of would have played out in the exact way that I'm about to give you guys is Sacha Baron Cohen in this Borat role. I wish it would have been like a YouTube prank startup in which we would have gotten so much more content than just like the two movies. Now, I understand like the professional that Sacha Baron Cohen is, and he would never have gone that route. But tell me that having like Borat as something that you could see once a week, play out these wild pranks all across the country, all around the world. Why not? That, in my eyes, would have like solidified his character as like one of the all-time like people that you never forget about. And he's already kind of there. You know, I think about like the Pee Wee Hermans. There's certain characters that people never forget.
I think the way that they could have done that is the way we saw Bad Trip, where they come in right after and they're like, everybody, you were in on it.
Right.
I don't think with Borat, I think they might have just been like, hey, can you sign this NDA?
Very like direct about it. Because
yeah,
at least in Bad Trip, the pranks and stuff were kind of like funny. Well, not that Borat isn't funny, but it's kind of like
it was
not as politically
fueled.
It's neutral, let's say.
Yes.
Just Eric Andre, which is just
that's
chaotic.
the best way to put it. I said not funny. I said funny. What the fuck am I talking? I don't know what funny
Potato,
is.
tomato, fuck English language. It's a fucking mess.
But yeah, I wish Borat would have been a fucking YouTube series. That would have been clot.
I think we realized that like Borat. I think what made you think about that is like this is like more short form Borat, and I kind of liked how it's because in the first one it's introduced that like okay he is like the he's a reporter, Kazakhstan reporter, and in this it's kind of like he's a reporter, like we see him in front of the camera, center screen in
like
the
a
suit.
BBC documentary.
Yeah, he talks to the screen and he makes his little joke and explains the scene. And then we go on to the bit, the prank, which, and I thought that was a good little. And see what interested me, and maybe that's just the confusion of the app it's on, but like it listed it as episode 1, and I thought to myself,
"Ooh, yeah, dude,
this could be a fucking series."
Definitely, because he also had another series, which Austin, I don't think you got a chance to watch.
I don't even know if he did that.
No, I think this is like Amazon's like political play. And so what they did, Austin, is those two guys that he was stuck in the house with are conspiracy theorists. And he was in character for 7 days at their house. And so after all that, this series is all about having those two guys talk to people who are experts, whether it's like politicians, scientists, just like
now are they actors?
Those two guys?
Yeah, but they're acting as conspiracy theorists, or they're just straight up.
No, they were. I'm
Oh.
assuming that is still raw, but Amazon was able to hook them in enough to be like, hey, what we want to do is we want to take everything that you had just brought up, and they want to debunk everything. So like the ballot frauds, the
we like dipped
COVID.
in and got out.
Yeah, like COVID. So like what they did is like it's like 8-minute segments in which you have an expert kind of just like give like a quick news segment on it. Now, I wasn't a fan of it, but this is something that Amazon was doing just to give their fucking political peepees a touch.
Yeah, it was
peepees.
It was like like nobody watched Borat, saw the like QAnon conspiracy guys and said somebody needs to debunk that. Like you don't take I don't know, like nobody thought that. I just figure whatever production company on Amazon this is wanted their little political brownie points.
Right.
So,
Right.
that's a whole nother thing though.
No, it's
I overall like not to rush wrapping it up, but I don't really have a whole lot left to say. I liked how bite-sized it was. George, I know you have a specific moment because you rewinded it, so I'm not going to talk anything about that yet. I'm going to let you talk about that.
Oh my god!
And I'm going to try not to talk about anything else because I think there might be stuff that Christian wants to talk about. I want to make sure he gets his point out. It was refreshing. I was fucking wheezing
For the 24 minutes.
for the entire 24 minutes. I was rolling on the floor. I was like, "How is this so funny? It's so short."
Does your therapist tell you that you need Borat in your life?
No, but I bet you if I told her, she'd probably be like, "It's good to do things that you enjoy." So it's
But you should be like, I fucking love Borat. Like, I fucking brush my teeth
my
to him.
therapist, I think, is like probably not.
I don't know. Bring it up in the next meeting.
I should maybe. I have another one in 2 weeks. I should be like, I fucking love Borat.
Austin, in the next therapy chat, roleplay Borat. Be like, my name is Borat. They definitely won't think you're going off the deep end.
Yeah, the next thing you know, I get like admitted to a hospital.
It's a knock at the door.
Yeah.
North Las Vegas police. Open up.
I haven't even seen my psychiatrist yet. They got to give me a chance.
Nah, not after that. Not after you give him a full Borat right.
She goes, I didn't think he was bipolar. No, definitely.
You need to fuck you. She'll call the cops immediately. That's fucked.
I identify as Borat. Chinqui.
Chinqui. Before we chinqui, I want to talk about how they showed the full clip of Melania.
The Melania cartoon.
So this is what started off the Borat movie, trying to lay out the plot. Like his daughter watches this movie, Melania,
from
and
shithole country Slovenia.
And they kept it real brief in the movie. They kept it brief enough to understand where they're going with it and how they want to sell his daughter to Donald Trump. But they never went in as deep as Melania did. She was ass punching Donald Trump at one point in time in this clip. I think
she might have been finger gunning it. I think she was.
Yeah, it showed the end of the Melania clip in which she actually gets Donald. And the reason why she gets Donald is because her pussy felt different.
It fit perfectly in his hand.
It fit perfectly in his hand, just like Cinderella's shoe. So Donald was going around to the Playboy Mansion, Miss America, the AVN Awards, just touching every cooch that he possibly could until he fucking finally found Melania again, grabbed that crotch, and it was like, Melania? She was like, Ding Donald, and they did their whole little
Mitsubishi.
They did this whole little rigmarole, but within 30 seconds, you got a Donald Trump getting a golden shower.
Oh yeah,
like a mean golden shower, like right. It was running off his belly into his mouth, and then directly into his mouth. You got 2 shots of it. Then you got Donald Trump getting fucking anally fisted by Melania,
and you can see his like ass and balls, like animated very.
It was cartoon porn. Like that is cartoon porn.
That's like some Rule 34 stuff. Some like zone.
100%.
Yeah.
What was funny about it to me was like Sacha Baron Cohen was obviously trying to like push aside, whatever. It be what it be. Like it was still funny as fuck. And so looking at the cartoon like just satirically is really funny because it's like it just satirizes the Trump news cycle, like stuff that kind of ended up not necessarily being true, like the Russian hooker story where they pee on him. They basically animated that. They showed him walking into the back room of a Little Miss America pageant, implying like, yeah, he's fucked kids, which who knows? Maybe he has.
He was the fucking. I shouldn't have laughed. Like that was horrible.
We
condone that.
Cackled,
but I laughed because he was the fucking owner of Miss America.
Oh, was he really?
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, that's what that play was.
He's Dan Schneider'ing that shit.
It was fucking both.
So, like, I can get hung up. I'm like, oh, that wasn't true. But it's like you're saying with the QAnon thing. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, this is like it's kind of like a satire. It's like, oh, it's funny. We're making fun of all this little stories we talked about through the Trump cycle.
Right.
So it was really funny to me.
Beautiful.
That
was,
and we got to see Trump's animated balls.
Trump's thick, bro.
Yes. He looks like Grimace, like his body type.
Like
his animated body type. Okay, this isn't the body shape. I'm just talking about the fucking animation, okay?
No, but like Donald Trump, like although he's like, oh my God, like this is horrific. They're making fun of me. When he like sees his body like naked, like I wouldn't be upset if like my cartoon body like somewhat resembled that. He was thick, bro. Fucking King Donald and Melania.
Thick. He's probably like, damn, I'm fat. But he's like, but I still pull Melania with my bank account.
He's gonna like DM me and just be like, I was thick, wasn't
I? I like the running bit of calling him McDonald Trump.
McDonald Trump.
Yes.
That's the McDonald Trump.
That is good. That is good.
So Christian, since we're kind of ending on you, do you have any sort of pineapple for it?
Pineapple, it was good. Like no.
Are we gonna give it a pineapple, or are we gonna wait to see if this is a series? And
it's
give it
not
grapes?
A movie.
Should we just give it grapes then?
Grapes.
Sure.
Because there might be more.
Mm-hmm.
This wasn't like this epic shining star, but this was funny, and I always Borat content and cut footage from like reality stuff is always great. So I'll say it's a 4 grape.
Okay, George.
As far as I wanted to get pleased by Borat today, by grapes, I would give this. I'm gonna go the same with you, Chris. 4 grapes because it filled my need to cackle. I wasn't the biggest fan of like all the little shit they threw in between, like the way they segued it. Other than Borat talking, like there would just be random scenes of like a fucking like bulldozer, like like doing something. And although it would tie into what Borat would say sometimes. I could have done without. You just give me all the fucking excess footage where he's fucking with people. You could have just made it that, and I would have been happy. You know what I mean? I didn't need him to explain it. It's funny as fuck to me regardless. So that's why it gets 4 grapes for me. Austin.
I'm giving it a solid 4 grapes as well. It was in and out. It punched you in the face and said, haha, laugh. And you're like, I laugh. That was it. It was just like, all right, cool. It filled, like, I think you said it perfectly. It filled the gap.
Yes.
So a collective 4. It's right below Borat now.
It was in the, I'm glad we did a little Borat thing because that's just who we are for our 1-year celebration.
And
it made too much sense.
It did.
It made too much
really
sense.
Did.
Like this next segment, I'm kind of paying homage to our first episode where we did the battle of all battles, Olaf versus the Predator.
Yes. Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, we've prepared some more for you.
Of course.
We got 4 of them. So this could either be real, like, intellectual or just real fucking ignorant. We'll find out, though, in a minute. So we have our superhero showdown. You guys ready for the first one?
Yep.
Yes.
We got Batman versus Iron Man. 2 rich dudes with no powers. Jeff Bezos and Bill Gates.
You know,
take it.
Okay, well, the preface to this is it's funny how similar they are. They're just rich people. They're like, we don't have powers, but we have fucking money. Okay, so that's the first thing. And it's funny because, Tony Stark's like, oh, high-tech armor. And Batman says, hey, bro, rubber bat suit. Fuck you. Like,
I got a dominatrix outfit. Let's go.
But also, they're rich kids with daddy issues because Tony Stark's parents got fucking murked. And so did Batman. So it's like, they're the DC and Marvel, like, they're very similar. So I think that's why this was an obvious, like, fight pick.
Right. So who you got?
Okay. I'm right off the bat, I'm gonna say Iron Man because he has fucking, like, lasers and machine guns. Okay.
I want to preface this with
that's like the straightforward easy. Now we're gonna delve further than that.
I want to preface this with something you said earlier. Christian was over at my house. My mom was playing Lego Avengers. She's in like a jungle, and Christian goes, "Do you know how much nuclear energy Iron Man is expelling, and he's ruining the environment?"
Liberal.
Yeah, like oh, we saved the city, but that city's fucking like Chernobyl now. Like,
we're talking like, yeah, I still owe like $4,000 on my car. Superman's like, hey, yo, fuck you, and he just chucks your car at like whoever the bad guy is. You're like, oh,
lasers through a fucking skyscraper. Whoops. Sorry.
So, I also was gonna go with Iron Man. I don't want to get too technical with it all. The one reason why is just fucking Robert Downey Jr. I'm just gonna be. I'll cut.
Well, that's not
into
quite
the-
as fair because there's only like really
Tony
one Iron
Stark,
Man. There's like
fuck
15 Batmans.
I don't care. It's consistency for me, dog.
Okay.
It's the consistency. We're 1 year. We've been consistent. I like consistency. I like the consistency that I produce. White.
He needs to get on
Oh.
my level. Oh,
Give
No, but
give me a white necklace.
overall
Good idea.
personality of
Made of pearl?
so for me in this one, since I don't know all the technicalities of like what they're capable of, character, just overall better character for me, Robert Downey Jr. and Iron Man gives me more like feel than any Batman character ever has. You know, every Batman character to me is just like on a fucking mission where Tony Stark isn't afraid to fucking sit back, watch the sunset, as well as kicking your ass.
and die.
And that's why I'm picking Iron Man.
I feel like I kind of have to go with Iron Man, but I feel like realistically, Batman's gonna be like, I know you.
Did
God,
you say jujitsu?
yeah.
Well, apparently, like he knows like a fictional amount of martial arts. Like Batman knows 800 forms of hand-to-hand combat, and he could beat anybody who tried to fight him. Like,
Anybody,
that's that's DC Comics.
even Liam Neeson.
Thanks for informing me. Now I know.
So consensus, Iron Man.
Iron Man.
Yes, Iron Man, but there's 2 funny things I do want to bring up about this topic.
Okay.
So one, the in joke about Batman fans is that Batman fans say Batman can beat anybody if he has enough prep time.
But not his parents' killer.
Cause like, yeah, now the fucking dude who murked his fucking no scoped his parents on fucking
No scope.
on Rust with the intervention. But you know, it's like the joke, because apparently in the comics, like Batman had all these contingency plans, like, oh, the weakness of all the Justice League just in case something happens, like. So they say like, oh, could Batman beat Goku if you have enough prep time? Yeah.
Oh my god, I did not know that was a fucking thing.
So it's
Makes
definitely
sense.
funny.
Oh
Okay.
my god.
The other thing is
This fight's 1 week out.
it's
Batman.
like the Josh fight. Like, dude, we'll give you 3 months. You know.
Yes.
So now, okay, Iron Man would win. We're pretty fucking sure. He has like lasers and shit. He's like a walking nuclear reactor. Okay.
Yes.
Fucking, he'll just
Chernobyl?
Nagasaki him.
Chernobyl mobile detailing.
Chernobyl mobile, dude. We become like a military for hire, except we specialize in like
No, we just sell like
ballistic
Boost mobile phones.
missiles.
Chernobyl Mobile.
We're called Chernobyl Mobile. We just sell Boost like mobile phones.
So now, could Iron Man win against, if all the cinematic Batmans tried to beat his ass at once? Could he still win?
He just spins.
No. Somehow Robin would like fucking weasel his way in there. Even though he's not even involved, he would just fucking,
Yeah, and like he's only in like a couple movies. Like
he'll hit the off switch.
not even the good ones.
He'll hit the off switch on Iron Man like mid fucking move. I got you, Batman.
Okay, all right.
Please love me.
Some dumb shit.
All right, so consensus is Iron Man. The second one, we got Superman versus Captain America. Now, does Captain America get to use the 1911 gat, or is he just freeballing it? Like,
I don't think it matters. Bullets don't hurt Superman. I don't want to be too technical, but
you know, it does, Martha. It worked for Batman.
I guess he wants to leverage it that way. I don't think Captain America's that kind of guy, but
Yes, he is. He was born he's the greatest generation ever. He probably hates minorities.
see, that's what's funny. Captain America's like this paragon of, and like now Marvel's being like very progressive, and they're like, Captain America says to, you know,
Brush your teeth every day.
you know, I
your
guess
taxes.
very progressive.
Pay your taxes.
Do your taxes.
But okay, so the one thing I don't even really fuck with DC. Like I love Batman and like Superman's cool and all this other shit. You know, I loved the Teen Titans cartoon when I was a kid. That shit was fucking McLitty. Okay. Superman was like kind of like a first to go at superheroes, and they made him way too fucking powerful. The man could like breathe fucking ice breath. He has laser eyes, super speed, super strength. Bullets can't fuck with him. The man could probably get
X-ray
nuked.
vision.
X-ray, like they made him too powerful. So I don't think like if we're gonna be like, oh, just like comic like based logic, I'd say like Superman will just fucking like smash him like a grape or something. But we don't have to be technical, okay? But there's other angles to be explored.
Go ahead, Austin.
I think Superman punches his face in just once. Just a cave in. There's a crater in the earth now.
So you go in Superman.
Yeah, Captain America is gonna be like, for the Republic or whatever. I don't know.
I'm going to throw in just a wild thing, and I thought about this about midway through Chris's argument. I see this playing out as a draw, fellas. And I know you're like, George, in what way is this going to be a draw? But some way, shape, or form, these two like characters have a real fucking mushy soft side.
Martha.
Like just real mushy, right? Like creepy mushy. And what I can see happening is like the battle goes on for so long that they kind of befriend each other. And somehow at the end of this all, they end up becoming partners, because I think Captain America has this affinity. He misses his Bucky, the fallen Winter Soldier.
His partner.
And he's like, you remind me a lot of somebody that I once used to know. And before you know it, they're back in love and they're partners together.
I feel like you're giving it too much. I feel like Superman's just gonna roll up with like a skyscraper and just drop it on him.
See, I don't know, because the shield, right? The shield is real fucking powerful.
Yeah, but you know it's not invincible like Superman, Captain America.
That is true. That is true.
I feel like Captain America's super popular because MCU, like he's like the fucking first Avenger, okay? I feel like Captain America fans would definitely say, well, we don't know if Superman can stop vibranium.
Something like that, right?
That would be how it goes.
No, he could just stop the Earth from spinning.
I'm
There's
just
a whole
saying
bunch
that's
of
the
shit.
angle that would get played.
Yeah.
He could literally just go back in time and go before like he could even get vibranium.
See, I'd like to think that Captain America is that smart in which he would befriend him and then maybe kill him in his sleep.
Oh my god! How do you put a pillow over the head of fucking Superman?
Fucking put kryptonite in the
You
pillowcase.
convince him it's a kink.
Fucking
Kryptonite pillow.
You convince
kryptonite pillow,
You
bro.
convince him it's a kink.
Good night, sweet prince.
He'll realize early on that he has to do that in order to win. I think Captain America
You're
is
always
that
doing
machine.
like the long haul. I just assume he's like "fuck you," and then Superman's like "bitch," and just like,
Well,
with his eyes just
We're hitting the different angles.
Yes.
melts him.
And I think you mentioned like how it would go plot wise, and like that's the biggest thing. Like I don't think those two characters would be diametrically opposed. So like, and if you wanted to go big brain, like Captain America, he was thrust into a world he was foreign to when he woke up. Just
Why
like
is Nick Fury talking to me.
yeah, it's like why is this black guy allowed in the? It's a joke about the 40s, okay?
It is true though. That's
All
exactly how
right.
it played out.
But and Superman he literally comes from this other world, so he feels like a foreigner in the human world. So like maybe they could be like, oh, we're justice men who are in a world where we feel like singled out, like, and maybe like two guys just have needs and we have to
Oh no! Oh no!
rule 34, baby.
Go to
All
the
right.
next one. Go
All
to
right.
the next one.
Draw. Okay,
No, Superman.
Superman.
Superman by majority decision.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, okay.
This next one though, this one's gonna be a tough one, and this is probably like a superhero battle nobody ever talks about. It's Remy from Ratatouille versus Stuart Little.
I'll take this one right off the jump. Okay. Where I see this taking a wild turn is that they would somehow end up in water, right?
Okay.
Somehow, way, shape, or form,
In a
this
sewer.
rat fight would maybe go to a sewer, and then the sewer would like wash out both of them, similar to how it is in Ratatouille, and like how he gets separated, how Remy gets separated. So Remy has the advantage early on, but what Stuart Little is capable of doing is making paper boats.
Stuart Little has a credit score
Because he has a car.
Does
Does he get to use the car in
because
the
he grew
battle?
up with white people. That's why he has a credit score.
So he's more familiar with swimming. Remy was like fucking flailing. He never swims. Stuart goes to a summer house in the Hamptons every like every July. He likes going
They did it in
a little life jacket.
No, he had like the little like from the 30s or the 20s, like the striped swimsuit.
So
He had one of those.
somehow this ends up in water, and I see Stuart Little like fucking somehow fashioning some like loose material in the water and harpooning Remy.
Oh my god.
See, I have it the other way. I feel
Mhm.
like Remy's a fucking scrapper, dude. I feel like he's just gonna slit the throat of Stuart Little 5 seconds into it.
Kitchen items.
Yeah, he's just not even that. He'll just
Oh,
break a
shit.
fucking bottle. Yeah.
Oh,
And Remy's smart because like he's like teaching all these fucking rats like if you put these foods together, the flavors complement. And he uses like lightning, he uses like electricity to zap the fucking food.
I just imagine he
He's
like goes.
gonna MacGyver a fucking win, maybe.
I imagine he convinces. It's like it's not even like a fight. You go, hey Stuart, there's some really good food in there, and he can smell. He knows it's arsenic. He
oh
convinces
my
Stuart
god.
Little to fucking poison himself.
He makes him the tester. That's a good one.
So
Point Remy.
if this was like a fight, like okay, so if I was making a fighting game based on this, don't know why that would be. But let's just say I was okay. It got Shark Tank.
Capcom versus DC.
It got Shark Tanked. Okay, and now I have to make it. Yeah, much like the Marvel versus Capcom games, right? And in those games, you get like assist attacks. So like you get to choose the character you play as, but then you get characters that like you press a button, they come in, they do like a quick assist attack. Okay, if they got assists, Remy
He brings it the other day. Just
fight over. That would be his fatality. Now his fucking Linguini would just shoot his ass. Okay, that would be one. But for Remy's side, his assist would be like all his fucking rat brethren and sisters
the normal rat.
would like. Whoosh, and now you are a normal rat. You're like this. Okay. Look at if you haven't seen the clip, look up Jordan Peterson rat. The guy's just talking about like rat psychology. Okay, it's fucking deranged. It's great.
Probably would help with this argument.
It would. We got to ask him. I got to email him. You think I gotta like find a way to tweet him and
You have
ask
to tell him
about
we're
the
like
rat
three
fights.
boys who like feel like we can't get ahead in life and we don't have anything going for it. That's like the people he targets. Make your bed.
No, for him, it's got to be some
Yeah,
psychological.
that is like, oh, I don't have anything going for me because my psychology's fucked up. He goes, okay, so the normal rat.
And just be like, all I can think about is Remy and Stuart Little fucking duking it out. Can you please help me? I haven't slept in a week.
I'm gonna email him like Rule 34 Remy and Stewart. What do you think of this?
What if he's like, yeah, the psychology says.
Well, now let's break down the art here. Okay, it's got postmodern style. So, but look, the assist attack for Remy would be his fucking. It's like Plankton's cousins and fucking like SpongeBob. All the rats, dude.
What's it gonna be? Bell's mustard?
Just fucking unload
Tramples
the
him. Yeah, and then Stewart's. I think like, remember when they flew the plane in the second movie? I think his fucking bird girlfriend would come down and whoosh and fucking like
gets the cat.
propeller him.
The cat fucking eats Remy.
Snowball. Oh, I love Snowball. He's so fucking funny.
Yes.
Snowball
Forgot he
would
had that.
Snowball would fucking. God, that'd be unfair.
He swallowed Stuart Little whole on sight. No fucking like didn't even like think oh.
Remy wouldn't stand a chance if that was the case.
But I could also see Remy like clawing his way out through the bottom of like his stomach.
Remy's definitely tougher out of the two.
Remy
Yeah.
survived fucking shotgun blasts in the first
He's
20 minutes of
tough.
the movie.
He's tough. Although he was like timid in the movie, that motherfucker's battle tested now, bro. He cooked at a
Yeah.
5-star restaurant, motherfucker.
And he's got a resume. He's got tenure. You know?
Gustos. Gustos.
I
He's
think
got the schizophrenia on his side because he's got Gusto talking to him.
Fucking
Oh,
smoking a pack a
yeah.
day.
He got his coach in his head.
Remy definitely smokes cigs.
the voices. Remy, but he's French. So,
But
But could
so
you
he's
imagine
chain
he's smoking
smoking.
like a whole cigarette? And he just like vomits every time he smokes.
he smokes and the linguine gets the cancer, like it goes to him. So, look, I saw the the first time I heard about this matchup was in a meme, and somebody's like, "Hey, who would win, Remy or Stuart Little?" And the first reply was like, "Don't even make this a fucking question. Remy would fucking decimate Stuart Little."
He would dog walk him, bro.
Stuart Little would not like Remy. You could throw him in Compton. He'd be like, "Oh, bet we cooking up in here." Stuart Little would be like, "Oh yes, sir. Excuse me. Can you please point me to the Dutch Bros?" I'm like, "Bro, what the fuck you talking about, Dutch Bros?"
So I'm still sticking with Stuart as mine because, like I said, somehow it would turn into a water fight.
You take the long haul on all these. What I'm seeing.
I do. I like it. I like it better. It fit because I'm not fucking technical. I don't really remember these movies, so I play it out how I would want it to be.
I remade the movie.
Yeah, they hire me. Big idea guy
Christian,
here.
what are you going for?
I'm Remy. He's a rat. He's bigger. I think he's scrappier than Stuart is.
I'm saying Remy because I feel like he's gonna Olaf him.
Oh my god.
Snap his, and then he's gonna drag it back to his little rat farm and be like dinner, and they're gonna be like, "Yeah, Remy!"
Now, and if it's Mortal Kombat, that would be one of the fatalities. Okay?
You get devoured.
Yeah.
All right, so by unanimous decision, or by
Not
majority
unanimous.
decision, majority, Remy. All right, here's the last one.
Gotta
This
get a
one,
winner here.
this
Go
one's a good one. This one is the one to end all superhero battles.
Mm.
This is Air Bud versus the Water Boy.
We got two football players. We're picking Air Bud.
We're picking the football Air Bud because Homeboy is an all American athlete.
Some of the moves in the place. Now I myself haven't seen Air Bud in forever,
Have
but
you
I
seen the TikTok of the guy that's like your dad when you lose to everybody, like, "You gonna let a fucking dog cross you, Dad?"
That reminds me of the joke about Stuart Little, where it's like, dude, imagine you're at your son's little league game, and your fucking son's losing to fucking Stuart Little on the other team. Like,
And then imagine you have like a C rating at your restaurant, and then you go over to Gusto's. There's a fucking rat, and they have an A rating.
and you're just like, what in the fuck is going on?
I'm telling you,
here?
they're paying off the health department.
So, the moves that Air Bud possesses.
Okay, yeah. So this is one that I can't even fucking fathom how Like, because when we were talking about this, we were talking about maybe doing Bobby Boucher and maybe another like actual human being. But then we realized Bobby Boucher is a superhero in his own right. He is such a freaking. I keep wanting to use the Giga, but I can't on live TV.
I understand. I
Yes.
understand your
He is
sentiments.
he is the meta.
He is the meta. He is the meta when it comes to any sports film, because obviously, right? Anybody with disabilities who's really good at sports in a movie, they're gonna make him like unstoppable. So we had to pick somebody to put him against where you're just like, maybe. But no, Airbud gets fucking creamed, bro. Airbud gets hit so hard. You like, have you ever like stepped on your dog's foot and he's like, ow, ow, ow? He would crack Airbud in half. Like I imagine Airbud flying across the middle of the field and like literally like getting folded so bad to the point where like he might not even be able to yelp. Like he might literally just snap and die on the field. So Bobby Boucher with just a fucking one of those hits that you see on YouTube that might even give you like the content warning, right? Like
Oh my god!
it might
Trigger
be one of
warning.
those.
Animal abuse.
Right. PETA would be all over that one. But all right, go ahead, guys.
Christian, what say you?
Well, okay. Now I haven't seen these movies in so many moons. Do either of them have like superpowers or any shit like that? Like,
Bobby Boucher can hit you like a fucking freight train.
Airbud is a dog who can fucking do human things.
He
I
can
think
fucking
that's
D up
his
on.
super-
He would
that's his
D up
superhuman
LeBron
ability.
and make LeBron look like a bitch.
okay, wait. These are both football movies.
Airbud, you pick a sport. Airbud's done it.
Yeah,
What is the original Airbud about? Well, okay, wait. So
Basketball.
basketball was original.
and
Thanks,
Waterboy
fact
is
checker.
football.
Correct.
There's soccer. There's
Okay.
Not Waterboy.
So what's
he said Airbud. Yeah.
Excuse me, I'm dumb.
so Waterboy? What's his skill set? Like, if you had to describe it exactly.
He runs real fast and he hits real hard. And his mama
Like
he does-
sacks.
Like if you have even if you don't have the ball, if you just piss him off, you're probably gonna get leveled.
Can I just say retard strength? This is where retard strength
Okay.
was developed. I'll keep it as blunt as that. Nobody probably used retard strength till after this movie. I'm
Okay.
gonna Google that while you.
Okay. No, that's a good question. That's a good thing to point out. So, an Airbud can do typically is better than the average human at most sports, you would say. Like Airbud
Sure.
would like take like championships.
Oh yeah,
against
I think he
normal
was Super Bowl
humans.
champion in one of his movies.
Okay. So the big question is the wait, hold on. We got to talk about stats. Boucher is a white dude?
Correct.
But
Adam Sandler.
But he's fast as hell.
Yeah. Okay, fast white dude. And what breed is Airbud? A golden retriever?
Golden Retriever.
Both white people.
Okay, let's see. Standing up. Let's see. What's the height difference? It'll be at least like 3 or 4 feet.
No, Adam Sandler's. I would say maybe like a foot and a half.
He's not very
Airbud's
tall.
long.
Airbud standing. Is Airbud really that fucking?
He's long. I would like to think he's long.
Do we think that Airbud is more agile than Boucher, Waterboy?
That's a toss up because
Bobby Boucher's fast, but like if it's Airbud in the open field,
Boucher's game all day.
no. Open field, like meaning Airbud has a little room to like dance around.
Oh right. If he gets him off the line though, like
Yeah.
if Bobby's getting a little head start and then hops the line.
Or if like Airbud doesn't
also,
see him.
what position does Airbud play?
I'm gonna say he's offense because Bobby Boucher's a defensive player only. So like Bobby Boucher never gets the
he
ball
was
there,
on
Chris.
offense, offense. wasn't he?
Airbud was a receiver.
Is it because golden
So
retriever?
he would catch. So that's why I said Airbud would catch the pass and then get fucking annihilated by him.
Apparently, this is a commonly asked.
So this is a fight, correct? This isn't necessarily like a sports game.
I played it out as a sports game because it helps me.
You can. No, that's not invalid at all.
Put him in a fucking UFC
There's a
ring.
website where they have his stats ranked.
Oh
my friggin' gosh! Crap.
Let me find the football one. Oh, he's a
Dude.
baseball player too.
Bro,
And volleyball.
if ESPN like the fucking like premium like subscription included this information, fucking Airbud stats,
Yeah,
I'd be paying for that.
He's Airbud golden receiver.
Oh my
Yes. Yes. So, Play it out, Chris.
Look. Okay, let's say that a lot of people have intrusive thoughts. Okay, like they say like mothers like, like they'll be like have their kid and like washing clothes and they'll think like, oh, you just dropped the baby in the fucking washer, but like it's there and it's fleeting. Like like it's actually very common. So like you ever think like you ever think about all the ways you could kill a dog?
No, I don't.
All right. Well, I'm not saying I do. I'm just saying it's happened for a lot of people, Austin. Okay. You think like, but especially if you have like you step on a dog the wrong way, bro, you could end them. Okay.
For real.
That's the truth. Now, Airbud's a bigger dog, but like we're humans.
Yes.
And but I think Waterboy would be more willing to impose damage onto the dog than Airbud would to him.
Correct.
Like who from the jump is going to like do like a lethal or like a big hit? I think Waterboy is gonna be the one. Like, I'll fucking punt that dog.
Right.
I'll
right.
end that dog.
Yes. 100%. Smack it down. Waterboy kills that fucking dog. Like Old Yeller, bro.
So wait, what's the fatality then? Like he just like sacks him and like Airbud becomes mist.
I would like to think he gets way more graphic than.
I would not say
yeah?
missed. Miss is a little too forgiving.
Forgiving? What can you be reduced to mere atoms? Like what's worse than mist?
No, like it's like dehumanizing Airbud. Like he hits him in the head and his head like splits open and he just goes limp.
Oh my god. That's fucking. We're talking about a dog here. Hey, but Airbud knew what he was getting into when he fucking entered the ring, okay? Enter the Thunderdome.
Bro. Austin? Airbud?
I'm saying Boucher, bro. He's gonna Jorge Masvidal Airbud.
All out.
He's just gonna give him a fucking knee in the backfield.
I was thinking it would almost be so funny if like maybe it did play out in like a football movie, right? You have those two going at it. Bobby Boucher hurts Airbud early on. Then Airbud comes back and then Bobby Boucher kills him. So,
No,
wait a minute.
No, Bobby does not kill him. Vicky Valancourt fucking kills him.
oh my god.
So you want me to kill him?
You He poisons his fucking dog food.
What were you say, Christian?
So Airbud has though like the air game, if you will. Like, do you think his Airbud's verticality, like, because he must have done some like slam dunks and shit, right? Like,
Right.
Well, and he was also a receiver. They gotta jump up and catch him. But Boucher
We
also
have to watch one of these dumbass movies because the more we talk about a dog playing sports, I'm just like, what the fuck were people thinking?
It was the
That's-
90s, man. Shit was wild.
they made a movie about a fucking sentient car, George. We're way past that fucking point.
No, bro. Sentient car is better
Yes.
than a fucking like he doesn't talk. Doesn't talk, right?
I don't think so. But
He
there's also
arfs.
Air Buddies. Like he gets some,
Oh my
some
God,
vagine,
bro.
and then he has little puppies.
Oh, you get some dog vagine.
We
That's
will
good.
we will put this
Who
in the
said dog?
queue. We have to put Airbud in the queue for like middle of July.
Okay.
I think it would be educational. Yes.
So you're saying
Look, if I was, let's say I was Boucher, and I was in an alleyway, Austin. I was in
oh my god, no.
and Airbud came at me, just like rabies looking like he's gonna gore my throat. I would demolish the fucking dog. Demolish the dog. but only in self-defense, not offensive, not out of pocket. Only if I had to defend my life. I don't want to hurt the poor dog, but should I let the dog kill me?
He didn't have a collar on him. So
I'd
I
have
snapped his
to
neck.
I'd have to gore the dog, George, if I was Waterboy in self-defense. So Boucher takes it.
I'm saying Boucher because I feel like Airbud's gonna like catch it, run out to the outfield, and Boucher's just gonna drop a shoulder right into his midsection.
Oh yeah, that would be awesome because he has to like go down on him.
Yeah,
He has to like dive on him.
it's like when you see those ones where like the quarterback slides and then the guy comes in and he totally like I didn't mean to. But he totally
blindsides. him, right?
blindsides him in the face
Yes.
with a shoulder pad.
Yes.
That's Boucher, but Boucher like I'm gonna say I can kill that puppy.
Just like a slow motion shot of like Airbud's mouthpiece coming out and just fucking saliva just
They're from
Flying away.
Louisiana, so he'd be like, "Mama said we cooked that puppy."
Oh my gosh.
My mama was real hungry. She said we out of anaconda, so we have to kill that dog.
So consensus is
Yeah, it's Boucher.
Water boy.
Water Boy.
Chris, I did not have what we have in the queue coming up for the following episode.
Yeah, maybe you give everybody a little.
But we are going to start giving you guys what to watch for this upcoming week. We're going to call it the queue. So this upcoming week, we're going to watch a short film. It's on YouTube.
It's a feature-length film.
Feature-length, not short film.
Yes, feature-length.
Go ahead.
Okay, so somebody reached out to us and said, "Hey, you should watch this." So we're gonna do it. It's a movie called Who's With Me, and let me tell you right now,
Link will be in the description.
It's available to watch on YouTube. Okay, the Instagram page is WWM_film, and I'll tell you the YouTube channel. The movie's called Who's With Me, and it's a full feature film. 2021, obviously, sci-fi drama horror. And the name of the channel is just Who's With Me with a question mark. It makes it simple. We're kind of excited. Like, we never had somebody say like, "Oh, we did this movie. We'd like you to watch it and say what you think." So we're going to watch that. So if you guys want to watch that like with us, like in preparation, so like you can fucking, we'll be all on the same page. There will be
a test.
Yes.
Yes, there will be a test at the end, and we're going to recircumcise you if you fucking fail it, okay?
Definitely.
So that's the cue, baby.
We're going to do it in like a star shape.
With like, oh my gosh.
With the really terrible crinkle cut scissors that were made of plastic.
Dull construction scissors, zigzag fucking scissors.
Well, thank you very much for sharing that. I don't think we have anything else to say. So before we fully wrap up, George, I want to say thank you for letting us crash your house for the last year. Helping us turn this into the studio.
No probs. This is what I wanted to do in the end run.
Yeah, George also charges us $50 a week that we're here, but
hey, but they pay in other ways sometimes too. But we can't discuss that.
Christian's real good.
I shit in the icebox.
I'm a big foot picture guy. If you guys don't know, go back and watch.
He is on. I was gonna say you're on feet.
WikiFeet.
WikiFeet.
Yep.
So yeah, I also want to say thank you to everybody who's been watching, listening, investing in us,
patronizing our beautiful beauty.
No, okay, yeah, no, I wanted to say thank you to everybody too, and fucking just some quick analytics I saw today. We've had well over 1,000 views on YouTube. We get more than 50 views on all our live streams. Like, we're getting downloads. We're upping our production value. It wouldn't be possible without you guys like Nate and Joseph, if you're still watching, and
Franny, which he left a message for us.
Dude, like, it wouldn't be possible without the people who have been there since like legitimately episode 1, kind of kicking us in the ass to keep going.
Thank you. Franny wanted to say congrats to y'all for having big old meaty meat sticks, and happy birthday to the Fat Snatch podcast herself.
Woo!
Oh yeah,
I think that should just be the end right there. Just
cut it.
I like that.
Cut it. All right, so you guys know where to find us: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Lukewarm Cinema Podcast. You know what it's about. We got merch. We got all that stuff. Until next time, everybody. Dziękuję.